Hey everyone, Tendra here. Before we get into the Warcraft stuff, I watched a good movie on Peacock the other day. It's a newer one. It's called Strays. It's about a group of dogs traveling the country, trying to get a dog home. It seemed to be made for adults and not for kids, but I thought it was pretty funny. And what was really funny was my cat was sitting next to me, staring at the TV for about half the movie. He was so engrossed in the movie that even if I said his name, he wouldn't look at me. I did find that kind of funny, and it's not the first time. He normally likes watching the cat channels on YouTube. Pushing on to stuff I did in the game. This week I messed with time walking a little bit. I didn't max level any characters, but I did put a few levels on some characters. I started leveling my Invoker, but we have 4 more weeks of time walking yet, so I'm not pushing too hard on how I level these guys. I also messed with the Dawn of the Infinite some more, and still after the Infinite Hand out of there, but I haven't seen it drop yet, so I'll just have to keep messing with it here and there. But besides all that, I did get into my normal farms for the week, and this week I added the Gmod and the Glacial Tidestorm mount to my mount farms. So let's take a look and see how I did. First up this week I went after the Scythe of the Unmaker. For this I have to head over to Antorus the Burning Throne, which is located out in Argus. Once I made my way over there, I set the difficulty to Mythic, because I'm after the red version of this, and I worked my way back to Argus the Unmaker. I took him down, giving me attempt to number 78 on this item. I didn't see it drop, so I'll be back here next week. Next up was my first mount farm, and that was for the Hellfire Infernal. For this I have to go over to Nighthold, which is located in the zone of Suramar. So once I got over there I set my difficulty to Mythic again. I headed inside and worked my way back to Gul'dan. I took him out and got attempt number 69 on this mount. But again, I didn't see it drop this week, so this is another one I'll have to come back to next week. Up next I went after the Glacial Tidestorm. This drops in the battle for Desire Lore off of Jaina Proudmoore. I'm doing this on my Alliance character, so for that I have to go to the Heart of Borealis. Right now I'm unable to solo this, so I have to find a group in Group Finder. So once we got a group with enough people, we headed in, and we worked our way back to Jaina and we took her down. And this gave me my first attempt on this mount. I'll probably be doing this farm for a while yet, since it is brand new to me, but I'll be back here next week and we'll see if I can have a little better luck then. Next on my list was Mimiron's Head. For that I have to head up to Oldwar, but on the way up there I always check for the time-lost proto-drake. I never see him, so I'll just keep checking. But once I got up there I headed in and I worked my way back to Yogg-Saron. I took him down and got attempt to number 59 on this mount. Again this week I didn't see him drop, so I'll be back here next week and hope my luck is a little better. Striking out in all my raids so far, I headed over to Operation Mechagon. Out of here I'm farming up the Mechagon Peacekeeper, and that drops off the HK8 Aerial Oppression unit. The farm on this isn't too bad, you just have to deal with 3 bosses before you can take him out. But once he was down I got attempt number 8 on this mount. I didn't see him drop, so I'll be back here next week. And finally I went after the last mount I'm currently farming, and that is the Underrot Crawg. So I headed over to the Underrot, worked my way back to the back, took out the Unbound Abomination, and got attempt number 34 on this mount. I didn't see this mount drop, but with only 34 attempts, it seems like I should be in here a little bit longer. But I will be back here next week, and hopefully I have a little better luck then. And finally my last farm was for another item, and this time it was for the Tusk of Mannoroth out of the Siege of Orgrimmar. But I'm doing this one a little different. I'm doing it as a multi-character farm, and in case you don't know what that means, I take 13 characters every week and do the same instance until I see the item drop. So let's see how I did on the Tusk of Mannoroth, and I'll catch you on the other side. Well, there we go. I did not expect to see them this fast. I didn't keep an exact count on these, but I'm in between 100 and 150 attempts. And I'm pretty happy that I can finally use these as a transmog. And I think next week I'll start the Underrot Crawg as my multi-character farm. And finally, the set I'm wearing this week is the Notorious Gladiator's Plate Armor. This comes in 2 versions. On the left we have the Aspirant, and on the right we have the Gladiator. If these sets are something that are interesting to you, you're going to come over to 5625 in Borealis. You're going to talk to Marshal Gabriel, and he will sell each set to you for 12 marks of honor. The price for these are the standard price for the older PvP sets, and these aren't all that bad looking. The color palettes are just on the neutral side. But hey, if you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. You can click on subscribe. Thanks for coming by and watching it. I'm gonna send a hi out to my best friend, and you all take care.